darlings, it's Miss Tia. How many of you were out on these streets last night? It was pretty crazy. So, Deets on the streets, she was doing a live, and she was trying to, make some sense of the stuff that's going on with the Michael Vaughn case. In actuality, we don't really know what's going on with the Michael Vaughn case, like the real case, because law enforcement, they've been pretty tight-lipped about everything except for naming those 4 suspects about a year ago. But ever since that one suspect, that Stacy Wanderer dude, came on these streets, it's been nothing but crazy. So Deets, last night, she decided she was going to, review, I think it was Purple Phoenix's live, and she was talking about true crime with Eve. And they both cover the Michael Vaughn case, but they both really don't like each other, and that's very apparent when you listen to either one of them. And so Deets was, being her calm self like she always be, and she was trying to look at what they were saying, like Purple was saying that Eve be attacking the family, and then Eve be saying that that they be doxing her and her husband and all this stuff just because they don't agree. So Deets was trying to make some sense of all that, and she was listening, and so on one of the points, she might be agree with Eve about something she say, and she would explain how she didn't think that was attacking the family. But then she would turn around, and then Purple Phoenix would make a point, and then Deets would be like, well, she's right about that too. And then, she would say stuff that she didn't agree with, but the chat just went wild. Deets had asked everybody to please make sure you're not calling anybody any names or being disrespectful in her chat. That you could state your opinion, but she didn't want anybody saying, ugly stuff to people. Well, they wasn't listening to her, and they was going crazy. And just talking ugly. Well then, so here come Eve. She goes up, Deets give her the link, and she goes up and she's trying to explain herself. Well, I haven't listened to Eve too much, but she has a little bit of a passive aggressive type when she disagree with something. Almost I don't even know how to explain it, but it was very apparent she was not happy with what was going on. And honestly, if her family been doxxed like that, then I can see why she'd be upset. But then Purple is, she's going to defend Brandy because her and Brandy are friends. And Miss Tia's just going to tell y'all this. I will always defend a parent of a missing child until they are proven guilty. I just think it's not right. They're already dealing with the tragic loss of their child. And then you got all these crazy people on these streets trying to make some kind of drama out of it. So Purple and, some other people, I think it was, I can't think that one girl is Crime Sleuthing, maybe? I don't know, but she went up there and she was trying to talk to Deets, and then Eve was up there, and then they start arguing. And then Tits McGee come up there because she was, listening to Eve, and she was trying to say that, Eve, even if she didn't agree with her and stuff, some of the stuff that Eve say, she say makes sense. And so it was just stuff like that, back and forth, and back and forth. And Deets would play a clip of something, and then they start fighting and arguing and again. And you know what, y'all? I was listening to all that. And, I kind of started thinking well, I like this person, but then they fighting with this other person, but I kind of like that person too. And then this person over here, I don't really know, but they all be fighting. And then I just thought, you know what? This don't have nothing to do with that little boy, Michael Vaughn, that's missing. Nothing. All that mess have to do with is people getting back at people they don't like for whatever reason. I don't know, whatever happening to start everything to begin with, but maybe it's just personalities clash. But that didn't have nothing to do with that little boy missing, and that's an absolute shame. Because, I used to think that Brandy and Tyler were fortunate that their case didn't turn into a shit show like Summer Wells on these streets. But after Stacy Wonder done made his appearance up on these streets, he's caused all kinds of mess. And now, Michael's case is a big mess on YouTube, and that is an absolute shame. And anybody that's participating in causing it to be a mess, shame on you. Shame on you. Y'all supposed to be grown adults on these streets, acting like children. Goodness gracious. So anyway, I don't know how many of y'all saw that mess over there, but I watched some of it, and then I was like, and even at the end, like, I went, like, left for a little bit, and I came back, man, they were still going. I think it was like 6 hours Deets was trying to make some sense of that mess. And she finally got to the place where ain't nobody gonna listen. She realized nobody gonna listen. I mean, she had some really valid points, but nobody cared. It was all about getting back at somebody. So she kind of basically just said, okay, enough is enough. She ended the live. And I was just thinking, I can't imagine. Like, what could, if the parents, like, if you think, what do you think if, like, Brandy and Tyler heard all that mess going on? That's awful, y'all. That's awful. So, anyways, if y'all was over there and saw that mess, man, if you come up on something like that again on these streets, walk away from it, because that's what Miss Tia gonna do. Because, I mean, it was like a circus. So anyway, and then one other thing I want to talk about real quick, and this something been happening on these streets for a long, long time, and Miss Tia, I ain't never said nothing about it, but it's about to get on my last nerve, y'all. Can somebody tell Prayer Garden of America stop photoshopping little children's heads onto other bodies and making these little pictures? Because that looks absolutely ridiculous, especially when it's, like, victims, like children that are missing and stuff. She be over there playing with her little Photoshop, whatever, making all this. I don't know if she make that a hobby. She think that look cute. I don't know what she thinks, but it's ridiculous and it's disrespectful if you ask me. So if somebody see Prayer Garden, will y'all tell her to knock that stuff off? There ain't no reason to be doing that. I mean, there's plenty of pictures of these children out there. You don't need to, like, decorate them like you're playing paper dolls or something. All right, darlings, well, I'm going to get on off of here. Y'all have a good evening, and you know, Miss Tia, I'll be seeing you soon. Bye now.